right, unless that was just some squad moving out. Didn't see that. C's actually headed up and already put some pressure on that expansion. If he can take this out, that'll be a real effective turning point for him. Looks like Saviour's force is closing in. He hasn't got enough Marines to target that hatchery in time, and Saviour again has protected his expansion. He's got a Nidus Canal up there, which is perfect. I mean, you want to have that because you've got Defilers, and now he's got the Ultralisk Cavern following up. Now that he's got 3 gas. Nidus Canal coming in. That Nidus Canal is going to be crucial because he can move Defilers there to defend against any threat. Meanwhile, C has built up a huge number of Marines and medics. He's got vessels and support, so that looks like a really scary army there by C. C's looking to really put some pressure on now. He's going to make a committed attack to this top right, I feel. And we'll see how much stuff that C has to defend. I mean, with just Zerglings, Saviour would be just crushed by this, but the Defilers can definitely make a difference. He's going to start using swarms, so C just cannot head that direction at all. C's landed at the position at the top right with a dropship, but bear in mind that there's a location just above the natural expansion on a ledge, which is enclosed. Oh my god! Scourges actually took out that dropship. So, wow, that was a real mistake by C. He just loaded the Marines up to land above the wall of power generators and got taken out by a couple of Scourges, so that is really unfortunate. He could have done some damage to that expansion, maybe even taken out the hatchery. But what I was saying is that the ledge above the natural expansion at these expansion locations are protected by power generators. You can't actually get through there unless you kill the power generators, and the power generators are still up in that location, so C obviously couldn't have run his Marines there. I don't know why he was hanging out there. Maybe he just want to land there, kill the power generators and move around rather than just flying through the area where he thought that Saviour had Scourges. That could have been his plan. Now, looking to the centre of the map, Plague has been cast on a number of Marines. C's retaliating with Irradiate over the Defiler, spreading out his science vessels there. I love that micromanagement. But these Plagues are really going to be ripping through his Marines later on in the game, and Plague is a devastating spell in combination with Zerglings and Ultralisks. It just means that your Marines just cannot survive for very long at all. But C, wow, really pushing in straight into Saviour's space. This is courageous stuff. He's got D-Matrix on his Firebats, really good move against Swarm play. And C's taking out this Nidus Canal, so that's very effective. If he can actually push back up to the top right, he should be able to attack that expansion without Defilers getting in his way. And I think that'll be really effective to do right now. But Saviour has flanked with Zerglings, and that Plague's taken his toll. However, taking a look at the bottom left, Saviour tried to put up another hatchery, and C has taken it out. Ultralisk spawned from one of the larvae, just remaining on the hatchery. And it's just Marines against a single Ultralisk. Watch this Ultralisk just carve through them until it gets destroyed. A lot of pepper to take that one down. And Zerglings coming in to polish these Marines off, but without taking a lot of casualties. If you're just screaming Zerglings in one by one, it's tough. Now, wow, Macromanage is just rolling along for C. He's got tons of barracks. That's what I was talking about, the power generators here. Saviour's getting rid of that power generator so he can actually kill any forces landing nearby and just taking a free route to his hatchery. Irradiate going down over these Ultralisks, but yeah, Ultralisks just such a scary unit. It takes so many units to get rid of them. So you really want to irradiate them well in advance, but Saviour is definitely using a lot of Scourges. Taking a look at the 9 o'clock position on the map, C is putting down an expansion. That's a very good idea. He's going to probably commit some forces to holding that one up. I mean, he knows it's going to be a long war of attrition game against the Zerg, and he's just having no luck getting past the swarms and Nidus Canals, and he's going to lose this eventually if he doesn't keep up some economy of his own. And I quite like this. He's got a factory there which looks like he's going to land to block the choke along with this depot with some Marines behind it. So that's a very effective way of defending. I've got to remember that for playing on maps like this myself. Very good idea, see? Now, very large army pushing out to the top right. C's going to have another crack at this. Single Ultralisk being irradiated. And that Nidus Canal is just going to be loaded up with units. Saviour's tried to take another expansion up here, but C's got rid of that. Let's see if he can push out up to the actual top right position. Looks like another Plague going down, and wow, irradiated Ultralisk just wreaking havoc amongst the Plague Marines. Because the irradiate obviously does damage to the Marines as well. Once they've been weakened by that Plague, there's just no survival, no chance of survival. Really wanting C to actually take out that Defiler, but no, the Defiler escapes. So a missed opportunity there by C. He could have taken that one out. And Ultralisk attacking at the 9 o'clock, going straight for that supply depot. If only those Marines were awake and not sort of sleeping at the job. And finally, C realizes, but it's too late. The supply depot has been taken out. Savior just pouring in with forces. He's only got 2 Ultralisks, though. These reinforcements should be able to take him out, but Savior's going to be able to go straight for the SCVs. C lifting the factory so they can bring his forces in, while trying to just micromanage the SCVs to keep them alive. A large group of Marines, though, so they have actually polished off all the attacking forces. Savior hasn't got enough reinforcements to drive in there. And C's got a massive army, so C looking in decent shape for the moment. He's managed to stop a lot of expansions, but it's just going to be real pressure on him for the rest of this game, with Savior just hanging on to those three gases, and he's got 4 mineral patches worth of minerals to harvest, and he's just popping up new expansions all the time. And C's probably going to have to keep up with the expansions of his own eventually, because he's harvesting through mineral patches probably quicker than Savior is. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, guys. This is going to be a close and a tense game by the looks. Now, yes, C's trying again for this bottom left, but he's just got a handful of Marines, no medic support. Ultralisk just tearing through them. Really nothing happening there. It's just a shame he didn't commit with more units. So I want to see him use more firebats with each attack and a few medics each, and maybe a vessel or something in support so he can radiate those defilers and just make Savior pay for every attack that he attempts. A lot of Ultralisks connecting with these Marines right now, and Savior's got a big force. D-Matrix going down on one of the Marines. Swarm going down as well. A lot of spells being cast right now, and Plague all over the Marines. Ouch! Oh, that's got to hurt. And as you can see, irradiated Ultralisk just tearing through that group. I mean, Savior had a massive army just a few seconds ago, and it's already been wiped out by... sorry, I get the names mixed up. C had the massive army. Savior's wiped through C's army. As you guys know, I mean, you guys know what's going on. I apparently get the names mixed up. So there you go. C attempting now to move out to the top right by the looks. Is, well, how many factories he's got? He's got like 10 factories. Yeah, 10 factories. Factories? Barracks? Did I say barracks or factories? I meant barracks. I said barracks, alright? Okay, C's forces heading up through the map, and he's going for the 3 o'clock. Good idea in my opinion. That 3 o'clock is completely undefended, no sun colonies. Meanwhile, it's also attacking at the bottom left. So C's multitasking is looking really good here. He's actually pushing out with 2 groups. C must have just been spamming the M key at his barracks. Not factory, by the way, barracks, because he's got no medics at all supporting his army. So every time he stims, he's losing a quarter of the health on all of those units. But it is effective, though. He's taking out that hatchery. Really love to see some medic support. Even like a few medics would be really good right now. Savior's defended the attack on his bottom left, and C pushing out again from the 3 o'clock. He's not wanting to walk into that cloud, though, because the swarm... Zerglings are just going to make this big escape. So many Marines. That's what 10 barracks does, man. 10 barracks worth of Marines. You can just mass up a huge group of like 4 or 5 control groups full of guys. And I'm wondering why those vessels aren't actually radiating those Ultralisks. He's sending 1 back. He must have tons of energy. I know that he upgraded Titan reactor, which is the plus 50 energy to the vessels, and allows them to start with more energy as well. C moving out with another large group. This time he has got medics in support. Looks like 3 or 4 groups moving out. And we'll see how this goes. 10 barracks. Fuck. That's a huge number of barracks. And Savior trying again to break through that factory and supply depot wall. Luckily C's awake this time and defends. And Savior quickly morphing those sunken colonies, but he's not going to be in time. C's already there with Marines, but Ultralisks again being irradiated. There's no plague this time, so C's Marines are going to survive for a little bit longer. He's being flanked though, so a lot of Ultralisks coming in from both sides. This is a lot of Ultralisks. I don't think C's going to be able to hold this, and C's just not able to commit enough firepower to taking out these Ultralisks. Marines just do not do enough damage to those armored Ultralisks, and the medics are retreating. What C wants to do right now is move out his Marines to conserve those those medics, and perfect opportunity for radiate. So very quick thinking by C. Definitely a chance to inflict a lot of damage. And moving out the Marines would be a great idea, just to meet up with the medics, and so the medics aren't wasted. Yeah, perfect. The medics are relinked with the forces, able to commit some healing to the battlefield. Well, C's definitely out on mineral patches right now. He's going to need to start thinking quickly about where he's going to expand next. Saviour's managed to hang on to the top right. He's managed to push down to the natural of the top right as well. So that's going to be really tough if he holds that as well. He's going to be able to keep a huge number of scourges heading over to the vessels. C maneuvering as fast as he can to save them, but he hasn't managed to do that. Plague going down while Saviour's control with Defilers is so good. Plague going off instantly all over this Marines, and that's just really harmful. Ouch, those Marines are going to be smarting as a result. Wow, this is going to be tough. Yeah, just gone straight into a cloud. C's just really struggling this game. He's having such a tough time, and Saviour seems to be running away with this. He's got a lot of units